Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is 2 o'clock in the morning here, but I figured I would get a reading done when I was awake and feeling the energies. It has been a very interesting week and a half, I should say. I had intended to take a break from the channel in order to step back for the month of November and spend this time working on my next novel. However, Spirit had other plans. They had intended for me to step back, but not for the reasons that I had thought. I've basically spent the past week and a half, recovering from being sick and taking care of my health and my body unexpectedly. I was fighting off a cold last week. This week, my energy has just been drained, and it is because it feels like I have just been trying to nurture myself, and it feels like a leveling up. Um, I tried wondering if it was energy, if it was ascension, if it was my own illness, chronic illness coming back. There was a little bit of fear around that for me because I have been very, very sick before. But this doesn't feel like that. And, I keep repeating to myself over that fear, I am healthy. Positive affirmations. And I am getting guided to say that, guidance from my spirit guides that this is not that illness, that this is that leveling up. And they have had me taking care of myself and taking care of my body and resting because they said it's not, they just said this to me before I came on. They said, you're not just leveling up, this is a quantum leap, not just for you, but for your relationship. My Divine Masculine and I have spent the majority of the past week and a half together, um, not without its triggers, not without its challenging conversations, but deepening conversations, deepening emotional intimacy. He even took care of me, bringing me soup when I was sick. He is my Divine Masculine. He is becoming Divine Masculine, and it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And the reciprocity is there. And again, it hasn't been without its challenges, challenging conversations and triggering conversations, but that has led to a deeper understanding of each other. And what's even more beautiful is that I can finally see, and I think he does as well, that we're both fighting for each other. We're both fighting for this connection, not giving up on each other, this connection. It's like we both finally realize what we have. And I spent a lot of last week working through some blockages, working through some clearing, um, where I was finally really honest with myself about what it is that I want from this connection. Um, it's been something I've been working on for the past few months, but really open and honest with him about how I feel, and finally honest about with myself that, I don't want anybody else but him, what I want from our connection, and how even though I've tried denying my own feelings, my feelings are there, my feelings are strong, and I'm not going to deny what it is that I want from the relationship anymore. And that has been transformative for, I think, both of us. For me, especially, because it's me not being in that self-denial energy, and that was big for me because I was kind of sacrificing what I wanted, for him, to make him comfortable, to make him happy for what he needed, when in truth, what he wanted was just for me to be honest with him about where I was. And so it feels like now we are just moving forward in a beautiful way together, in a harmonious way together, just allowing our relationship to unfold, our friendship to unfold. And it feels like we're moving into this beautiful area of building that foundation for what's to come. And what's to come feels like everything. And it just feels beautiful and harmonious and lovely and romantic and intimate. And it just feels good. It just feels really good. And I feel like they had me on psychic lockdown again, not just for an upgrade of my own body. It feels like a lot of energy moving through me, a lot of light activations moving through me, but also for this upgrade of our relationship as a whole. And like they had told me, it feels like a quantum leap. I don't know what that means. That's what they told me. Um, but it remains to be seen, and I'm just excited for every day. I'm just excited to take things step by step and allow life to just unfold. That's how surrendered I am now, and it just feels good to let go of that control and just be. Now, if they can give me a little bit more energy, I'd be happy. I'd be happier if they can give me a little bit more energy and less of this drained energy, a little bit motivation, more motivation. I'm not sure where I'm going to be as far as readings. I'm going to follow up with client readings, finish up with client readings today, as my energy allows for it. Um, if you have ordered a reading from me, stay tuned. I will have an email for you shortly. Um, if you want to order a reading and book with me, just allow me some patience as my energy is regained, but I am still taking bookings. As far as the channel, I will hop on when I'm able to hop on, but again, for the rest of the month, I am mostly taking a step back. We do have a new community over on the Patreon. If you are a Patreon subscriber, over on Facebook, I should say, see, it's really early, you guys. Over on Facebook, we have a closed group, a new community solely for Patreon subscribers. So for $11.11 a month, you not only get all the bonus content, all the extended content, exclusive content, but also you get an access code to that closed group. So thank you guys so much for your support. That group is for high vibrational energy, for those of you who are on this journey that you just want a place to discuss your journey, just to be around like-minded people who are on this journey as well, to offer support and guidance for that evolution of consciousness, for the ascension support that you need. So feel free. That is a place where you can, share posts, share guidance, share your story. So for $11.11 a month, if you just want to donate and support the channel once a month, that your donation, your support for $11.11 gives you lifetime access to that group. So that is a new feature. Feel free to check out the profile page on my Patreon for all the details for that. So what we're going to do today is I just want to get some energy for the collective and see what's going on with the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. I had intended to do an 11:11 portal energy reading, but that did not happen because I was not feeling well yesterday. My energy was just completely drained. To be perfectly honest, it still is. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel come the morning, but that's why I'm doing this reading at 2 a.m. So let's see what is happening with the collective. Let's see what is going on. We also have the full moon in Taurus, Mercury's in retrograde. There's a lot that is happening cosmically. So no wonder if you guys are experiencing what I am experiencing with just either intense energies, or if you're feeling a little bit drained, or if you're just being called to rest and take a time out, it is because you are leveling up. It is because there is a lot of energy happening right now, astrologically speaking. And with regards to light activations, with regards to DNA restructuring, they're telling me with regards to your relationship as a whole, as Divine Masculines and Divine Feminines, there's a lot that's being aligned in the ethers right now. And so it's almost like they're saying we need you to take a time out so that we can get things aligned, so that we can get you aligned. And so if this is resonating with you, if you're going through the same thing, just trust that the energy is balancing out, that you will get your mojo back, they're saying, and that it will be better than before. A lot of prosperity happening right now. It was funny, I was chatting with a friend this evening, and all of a sudden there was a ladybug on my ceiling, and it was very strange because we have stink bugs this time of year, but we don't have ladybugs. But I looked up the shamanic meaning of ladybugs, and it is prosperity, it's abundance, but it's also about rebirth and renewal. And it's interesting that they pointed me to the ladybug because that is exactly what I've been feeling right now. This is a time of rebirth and renewal with the 11:11 portal, with the full moon in Taurus that has just peaked right now, tonight. That is what they were showing me, that this time out, this time for rest, this time for recuperation has been not just a rebirth and renewal for the relationship, your divine counterpart relationship, but a rebirth and renewal for yourself. Your cellular structure, like they had just said, is going through rebirth and renewal. And I keep trying to affirm I am healthy, and imagining my happy little cells, as Bob Ross would say, happy little cells. My cells doing the job to keep me healthy, to keep me protected from any distress or disease. And so that is part of the rebirth process as well. And as you are reborn, you go through a transformation and you come out the other side. This is coming out the other side. My divine counterpart, when I told him I wasn't feeling well, he mentioned that it might be being in a chrysalis. And I said, if it's going to be a transformation, it better be a damn good one. And that's where they're coming in and saying it is a quantum leap. A quantum leap, not just for you vibrationally, but a quantum leap within your own physical life. We're balancing out at this point in time. We're really balancing out the physical reality with our 5D consciousness. They're actually saying 5D and above. They're showing me the seventh dimension and above. So higher dimensional consciousness. So we're balancing out that consciousness with our grounded reality, and that's what we're actually merging that physical energy, what we can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell within our physical realm, with that higher dimensional consciousness. And that is what's merging right now. That is what is blending right now. They hear me the word blending, which I think is a beautiful, beautiful word, because that has that merge energy. It has that balancing energy. It has that harmonious energy about it. So that is what we are heading into with that 1111 portal opened up that gateway. And the full moon in Taurus, on the heels of that, they're saying is really anchoring that into the third dimensional reality. So anything that you're feeling energetically, that higher level of evolution, that higher level of consciousness, they're saying, with the full moon on the heels of that, you're manifesting that into your physical reality. So it's a very heightened time of intention. It's a very heightened time of energy and consciousness and manifestations. Beautiful harmony coming in, beautiful prosperity coming in. This is abundance. This is financial prosperity. This is relationship harmony, intimacy, romance, love, whatever it is that you're manifesting, whatever it is that you hold in your heart. With the 1111 portal and the full moon, you're manifesting that, grounding that into your physical reality. And so that is a quantum leap. And they're showing me the next few months. Over the period of the next 3 months, we have a number of different portals, including the 1212 portal, including the 1220 to 1221 portal, moving into January 2020. We have a number of other gateways. And so this energy, they're saying, is going to be piggybacking that energy. The portals there are going to be piggybacking off of this energy now that we have right now in this point in time with the 1111 portal and the full moon in Taurus. So what we're actually doing now is we're grounding and integrating all of that for future manifestations, for bringing in that new earth, for bringing in that shift in consciousness and anchoring in that consciousness into our 3D reality. So that's amazing. That's amazing. So if you're in this period of kind of like a timeout, that's a quantum leap that we're making. Integrating all of these light activations, the DNA restructuring, they're showing me the double helix. Strands are being activated. Dormant strands are being activated right now at this time is what they're saying. So my friend had given me guidance pointing to diet and water. And so I'm passing that along to you. If you're going through this as well, drink lots of fluids, including water, and your diet, your nutrition. Focus on what your body is being called to eat. Most importantly, my diet has changed over the past 2 weeks, where I've just been craving more vegetables, more fresh vegetables, and fruits. Yesterday, all I basically ate was blueberries. That's for detoxing. And you need to detox in order to allow in that light activations, in order to allow for the DNA upgrades to occur. So really interesting energy right now. Okay, I'm going to see if there's anything more that they want to say. Deporting divine masculine, divine feminine energy. So let's see what's going on in the collective with the divine masculine and divine feminine right now. That's too many. I'm using a deck that I got. It's the Impressionist deck. It's all about art. The Impressionists are my favorite artists, and I never use this. This is the one that's, if you notice things are a little bit different right now because I'm actually in my bedroom, which is the old place I used to do my readings, and I keep a couple of decks up here. So we're gonna use this deck. I've been using this for some readings, and it's been tried and true. It's been a good deck to use. The energy feels really good with it. So let's see what's going on. We have the Two of Wands that came out, and another card that just fell. Hang on. Two of Wands, Queen of Cups. Let me get a third energy here, see what's going on. I want these, okay. Okay, I'm just getting the energies here. We have the Two of Wands, we have the Queen of Cups. I think this is the Moon card. I'm not entirely sure because, again, it looks a little bit different. 18 is 18. Give me a second. Let me see. This isn't the deck. I think this is the Moon card. Give me a second. I'm gonna pause the video here. Okay, yeah, sorry. I just wanted to double check and make sure that was the Moon card, because it was the energy that I was getting with the Ace of Swords here. And again, it's impressionist. It's all artwork, so it looks a little bit different here. But it's really interesting because it's just piggybacking off of the energy of what I was just channeling basically in my intro. And forgive me, my throat is acting up again. I've been having a lot of throat chakra activation, sore throats. That was part of me being sick last week. I had cough and everything. But it is clearing of the communication channels. Two of Wands, Queen of Cups, the Moon, and the Ace of Swords. Hold on, they're calling me to one more. And the Hierophant. This is that leveling up. They're pointing me to the Hierophant as awakening. An energy of awakening, energy of deepening spiritual understanding, but grounding that into the spiritual reality or into the physical reality. So the counterpart to the Hierophant is the High Priestess. The High Priestess for me is really the divine feminine in her glory. She is the Empress, but of a higher spiritual nature. She is that fifth dimensional energy. She is, the keeper of the wisdom, the keeper of the intuition. She is really the keeper of the secrets of the higher dimensional realities. She's in her intuition. She's embodying all of her just intuitive energies, just the fifth dimensional and above energies, the higher dimensional realms is what the High Priestess is to me. Whereas the Hierophant, being the counterpart, is really the divine masculine, really that awakened conscious person, but grounding that into the physical reality, grounding that in the physical realm. That's what we were just channeling here. This Two of Wands energy is that doorway, it's that gateway that we've been channeling. If you've been on the channel for a while, you remember that we talked over the summer about a doorway. And they were showing me in the Gilded Tarot, I don't have that deck with me now, but they were showing me in the Gilded Tarot the Two of Wands being a doorway. That's the energy that they're giving me here with this Two of Wands. Here you have the opportunity to move through this 1111 portal, which we're still in that energy of, to move through that gateway and ground this energy. We have the 1111 portal here and the moon energy, the full moon energy. And what it's bringing in is much more nurturing energy, much more loving energy, much more giving energy. They're giving me an energy of reciprocity, along with the balancing of truth, along with the balancing of clarity, along with the balancing of that lack of confusion. There's no more confusion. There's more clarity now. There's more of a victory here. This reminds me of a scythe, where it's just cutting through all of the weeds, cutting through all of the confusion. It's harvesting all of the positive energy and getting rid of anything that is negative, because you're leaving that behind. And that is what this full moon 1111 portal is all about. It's about grounding this energy now, grounding everything that you've learned. This is that self-mastery energy, but grounding it in the physical. that is what this energy is bringing in. And I don't know if you can see how this is set up here. So it's almost like this Hierophant is the overall energy, it's the grounding energy. And here we have the 1111 portal represented by the Two of Wands, that gateway, and the moon energy. And what's to come is what it's bringing in is that nurturing, loving energy with the Queen of Cups. This is also, I'm hearing your divine counterpart wanting to come forward with that nurturing love, but from a place that the moon is bringing it in from a place of truth, from a place of clarity, wanting to be direct, wanting to communicate clearly, but from a loving nature. Clear communication with regards to your relationship, clear communication with regards to who they are, who they've become, wanting to be authentic with themselves, wanting to be authentic with you, but from a place of emotional intimacy. Truth, but from a place of emotional intimacy. And it's all because they and you have reached this place of your own understanding, reached this place of your own conscious evolution, reached this place of your own self-mastery, that now you're grounding that into the physical plane. And so that's what this 1111 portal and full moon is bringing in. It's bringing in this beautiful communication. So I feel like that is an energy of confirmation of what we were talking about, what this 1111 portal and the full moon is bringing in with that quantum leap. So if you did miss if you did skip the intro where I like to talk, go ahead and listen back, because I feel like that's confirmation of this. So let's get specifically the divine masculine energies. What's going on for the divine masculine specifically? What's going on with this relationship, this partnership for the divine masculines? I'm actually going to use this deck. This is the Line Strider Tarot that I also have in my room. So let's use this deck and see what we have. And then I'll get some guidance and messages from your divine counterpart using my own deck. And you guys, the store is fully stocked. If you like the artwork on my counterparts and spirit deck, feel free to check it out. I have ornaments with some messages on it. I have a journal where you can channel your own messages, things like that. So perfect gifts for the holiday season. Everything that you order, if you order my decks or if you order any of the other items I have, it does support me and my channel, and I appreciate that so much. Okay. What do we have for the divine masculine, please? What do we have for the divine masculine, please? Tell me more about this, please. What do we have for the divine masculine, please? Thank you. There's that moon energy again, yep. It is revealing a lot. And, okay. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay. They're also calling me the Ten of Swords. So, at the bottom of the deck. So, here we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Moon. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Ten of Swords. So, I feel like with this moon energy, what was once secret is now being revealed. What was once held back is now being clarified, because that cycle has come to an end. Any cycle that your divine masculine, and take it as it resonates for you because you hold that masculine energy within you as well. So if this resonates for you, take it as a divine feminine. I usually read for divine feminines. Take the energy as it resonates for you. Wherever you were held back, wherever you were caught in a loop, we had channeled that recently as well. Wherever you felt caught in a cycle, that cycle has come to a close. And I was going to correct it and say is coming to a close, and they just said no, it has come to a close with this moon energy. What was once hidden is now being revealed. Now, this could have been their anxiety, this could have been their own fears, but they're letting that go as well. It's interesting, this progression here. We have, okay, there's a lot of energy coming through, and I want to get the messages right. There's a lot of messages coming through. So, first thing, Any fears, subconscious fears during Mercury retrograde are coming up to the surface, especially with this Scorpio season, is what they're saying. But what that's doing is that's clearing out the cycle. It's ending the cycle of the subconscious blocks and the subconscious fears. So, divine masculine might be experiencing some transformation. They might be experiencing some challenges and triggers in their external world that's bringing up subconscious fears and blocks for them to clear. But that's what's also ending. They're clearing that 10 of swords energy. They're clearing that cycle. They're clearing their fears. They're clearing their blocks. They're almost giving this to me in the reverse because this is ending now. And that's what's also helping with this full moon 1111 portal is you're moving into a phase of clearing those fears so that you are feeling more fearless. You are feeling more courageous, divine masculines. So that's really, really beautiful, especially with this page of wands and the 9 of cups here. Feeling more courageous, clearing out those blocks, clearing out those fears, removing this tied up feeling, removing this feeling of I'm trapping myself. So anything that they were feeling afraid of within this connection specifically, or moving forward within their own life, it's done. It's done. The Mercury retrograde has brought up a lot of subconscious stuff for them, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I want to get these messages very, very clear. The Scorpio energy and Mercury retrograde brought up a lot of subconscious fears to the surface. So this might have looked to them like, well, whatever it was going on in their external world, but it might have, if you're in communication with your divine counterpart, it might have looked like projection. It might have looked like some triggers. It might have looked like some challenges that they had to face, some struggles that they had to face, but it was all because there were some subconscious blocks within themselves that were coming up for healing, that was coming up for clearing. But that is what is ending with this full moon in Taurus. They're grounding and balancing out their energies now. Where before they were just feeling, it could have been very emotional. I'm getting that they were feeling very emotional because of whatever was coming up from the subconscious to be cleared. Now they're feeling more grounded, especially with this Hierophant energy. They're feeling more grounded, and they're balancing out their emotions, and they're moving into a more harmonious nature. So now the storyline that they're giving me is with this full moon, what's to come from this full moon. Again, very grounded, very stable energy, this Taurus energy, very stable energy. Might be a little bit stubborn, but even some of that stubborn energy is getting cleared because they're no longer feeling trapped. That's what's being cleared away. So now they're moving into this Page of Wands energy where they're wanting to take action for themselves, for their life, for this connection, moving into this new beginning, moving into a period of communication, clear communication, fiery communication, direct communication, passionate communication, but not in a distorted way. This is communication where they're finally taking hold of that wand, and you see the blue here, the throat chakra. This is almost giving me a justice energy. They're wanting to balance this connection. They're wanting to balance communication with you. Again, remember, we have the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Wands. This is emotional intimacy. This is clear communication, but coming from an emotional standpoint. But with this Page of Wands, it is completely balanced, nurturing, but clear, direct, but an expression of emotion, an expression of passion, but not in an overly fiery way where it'll almost scare you. This is very balanced. This is very clear. This is just very direct. It just feels good. If you're not understanding what I'm saying, it just feels good because what that's leading to is this 9 of Cups. This 9 of Cups energy, which is just emotional fulfillment. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to manifest? And that is what this full moon is also bringing in, their manifestations. They are wanting to manifest this communication with you. They're wanting to manifest this next phase with you, this next stage with you, this next higher level of relationship with you, this higher level of partnership with you. Because they have put the past to rest. They have put their fears to rest. What was once hidden is coming to light now. where they were just hiding themselves, that is now coming to light. See if we can get some more energies here. They want me to look at Divine Feminine. So Divine Feminine, what's going on with the Divine Feminine? Yeah, okay. And the Wheel of Fortune, yes. This is that quantum leap energy. This is that prosperity energy that we were talking about in the very beginning. This is things moving forward from this 1111 portal and the new moon, or I'm sorry, the full moon energy. This is the wheel turning in your favor. Things are going to be picking up momentum, especially with regards to your relationship, they're saying. I'm going to do a follow-up because, you guys, it's very early here. So I'm going to do a follow-up possibly later this week. I'm going to see how I'm feeling. But I'm going to do a follow-up to this energy fairly soon and see how the energy is shifting. But I just wanted to get a reading out because it's very interesting energy here. So Divine Feminines, what we have for you is Death, Nine of Wands, Three of Cups, Judgment, and the Magician. This energy, I'm going to read these cards as a whole with the Death card and the Nine of Wands. Your time of struggle is coming to an end. The Nine of Wands is resilience. It's that wounded warrior energy, but the warrior who stands up to fight again. That is the transformation that has taken place within you. That is the light activations and the DNA activations and restructuring that's happening within you, where you're being called to possibly rest and recuperate right now because you're leveling up. But again, it's that quantum leap energy, not just for your relationship, but for your own evolution and consciousness as well, which you cannot separate your relationship when you're in a divine partnership. You cannot separate your relationship with ascension because it is you're part of the same whole. With ascension, you're ascending together with your divine counterpart. So when I do speak about ascension, I'm also speaking about your relationship and your partnership with your divine counterpart. So understand that as well, that this is aiding the connection. This is helping the connection. As you transform, as your divine counterpart transforms, you're also ascending and reaching that next stage of evolution, reaching that next stage of consciousness. So remember that those two are not separate. Your connection and ascension and consciousness are not separate. So here you have been going through this transformation, and what's happening is where you were once feeling weary of this connection, where you once felt, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. Oh my gosh, this isn't happening. My connection isn't happening. I'm not seeing anything. Why am I not seeing anything happen in my connection? It's because you're transforming. It's because you're leveling up. And as you level up, if you're not in communication with your divine counterpart, they're leveling up as well. So there's two segments here. You might be in so-called separation with your divine counterpart. Remember, you're never truly separate from your divine counterpart, but you're both going through this transformation together. And when you do come in to reunion, you're going to see the changes in your divine counterpart. For those of you who are in contact with your divine counterpart, you're going to be seeing the transformation in real time, basically. You're going to be seeing the transformation within yourself and within your divine counterpart in real time. Now, there's something very important that I want to mention. When your divine counterpart and you are reunited, appreciate your reunion for what it is. I do believe that there are a lot in the divine counterpart community, in the twin flame community specifically, who are misguiding a lot of people about what union and reunion will actually look like. It's important to realize that union and reunion is a process, just like anything, and you have to integrate your energies, especially as you come back together. There's a lot of powerful energies from your transformations that have to be integrated. And so as you come back into physical reunion, understand this. It might be, especially for divine masculines, it might be a nervous energy from them. It might be a little bit slow moving, but allow your connection to continue to unfold. I feel like it might not be the huge declaration that a lot of guides are saying. It might not be the down on your knees expression of love that you might be expecting, or that a lot of guides are saying that you're going to be experiencing. It will be love. It will be harmonious. It will be expressions of self from the divine masculine, but it might be tempered a little bit by some fear, residual fear, by some anxiety. They might not be ready for grand declarations, but that is the beauty of your connection. It doesn't have to be. It's not going to be the pittance and the breadcrumbs that you once experienced that we talked about last year. You don't have to accept that, but it's not going to be that. It might look like them bringing you soup. It might look like them stopping by to check on you or to call you to check on you if you're not feeling well. I'm using my own stuff as an example. It might look like conversations, one conversation being a little bit more intimate than what you had experienced in the past, being of a more deep level than you had experienced in the past. It might be a date. It might be a dinner out on the town. It might be, whatever it looks like for you. It might be a little bit more slow moving than a lot of guides are telling you. But it's very important that you understand and appreciate and accept what is happening, because this is laying a new foundation. And I think it's just so important to understand that what you're doing right now is you're laying a foundation with your counterpart for this next phase, and allow it to unfold. Appreciate where you are right now, because it is still the journey. You have not reached the destination, because there is no destination. We had channeled that a couple of months ago, and I cannot remember the reading. If you guys can remember the reading, please let me know. But we had channeled that a couple of months ago, where it's almost like, and maybe this was for a client, I can't quite remember. It's almost like you're out to sea, and you see that there's an island, and you've been journeying and journeying and journeying, and you're saying, oh, thank goodness there's this island. And you're at this island for a while, and it feels beautiful and it feels blissful, but then you're ready to journey more. And you journey and you journey and you journey, and there's another island, and you're grateful for the island. What they're saying is be grateful for every stopping ground. Be grateful for every point, because that is what ascension is. That is what evolution is. And that is what your relationship will be as well. You'll be journeying together now to each island. And it may not be that grand utopia that, all of these twin flame guides and stuff are saying it will be. But that is part of the beauty, is that now you're journeying together. Now that reciprocity is there. Now that balance is there. So allow it to unfold. Really appreciate the moments that you have as they are unfolding. Really appreciate the journey as you are on the journey, because now you're on the journey with your counterpart together. And they're pointing me to this moon card. And you see, this is exactly what we're talking about here. You see how there's two people here walking along a path? Now you're doing it together. That is the beauty of your reunion. That is the beauty of your union, because now you're journeying together with much more balance, with much more reciprocity and harmony together. And so, yes, you will probably have your higher level of commitment and proposal, or, whatever it is that partnership, whatever it is that you want to manifest in your 3D world. And yes, it might be a grand declaration of love, or a grand gesture of love, or whatever it is that you're looking for. But that might not be your first reunion coming back together, because energy still has to integrate, because they are still transforming, and so are you, because your relationship as a whole is transforming. And union is a process. But what's beautiful about this union process is that you're going to be doing it together. And I'm going to share an anecdote of my divine masculine and I. When I said in the beginning that we're showing each other that we're not giving up on each other, we had some challenges this past week with regards to communication. But within an hour of an argument we had, me standing up for myself, my divine masculine recognizing himself and the behaviors that he had, he turned it around. He was the one who said, I'm not giving up on this. He was the one who fought for a connection, who fought for me, who fought for us. That is how this connection is changing. And so I'm using that as an anecdote to say, as you're coming back together into reunion, I'm not saying that you're going to argue or anything like that. That's just my dynamic with my divine counterpart, because we've spent the majority of the past 2 years together, and so that is how we've been helping each other to grow. But when you come back together with your divine counterpart, it's going to be a period of integration, and it's going to feel better, It's going to be more balanced and more harmonious than it has in the past. That is where you have to have faith that your divine counterpart is transforming and changing just as you have. Having faith that it will be different than the last time, clearing the past, letting go of the past, and looking. They're just giving me this energy of forward motion with this card here. Understanding that you are moving forward together. So from this point on, leave the past in the past and just look forward together, because that is how you're transforming. And so I just wanted to say that, and I'll probably clarify. I might do a live stream later this week if I'm feeling well enough. But I just wanted to, so you guys can ask me questions, and I'll try to clarify this as well. But it's just an energy of, I just really wanted to mention, it feels very important that we understand that coming into union is a process. And so allow the process to unfold. Don't cling to the past and the old fears of, oh my gosh, is it going to be the same? Because it won't be. But it might not be all 10 of cups at once. It might be a moving from the 8 of cups, leaving the past behind, into the 9 of cups, into the 10 of cups. It might be a progression, because again, union is a process, but that is also part of the beauty of this journey. Watching it unfold and appreciating the magic and the miracles that are happening in every single moment. Appreciating every moment. Like I appreciated so much when he brought me soup, when we were able to play with his daughter, when he and I had this beautiful, harmonious evening of just playing chess. And that's not a euphemism. We played chess, and it was just so fun and playful and beautiful. And it's building a foundation. And that is what feels good. Because what's also happening as those moments are unfolding is, as you're coming together, your chakras are aligning and your energy is integrating. And you're learning how to be together now. You're learning how to be in a relationship and a partnership together now, with much more clarity, with much more balance, with much more nurturing energy and intimacy. This is the process. This is the harmony that is coming into balance here. Okay, so they're pulling back from that, so I'm going to go into Divine Feminine again. So as you're transforming any of the past, and that's why they wanted me to go there first, any of the past you're leaving behind, any of that old, I can't do this anymore, is it going to be the same? They're saying no. They're saying no. And so with this Nine of Wands, you are being called to stand back up in your resilience, in your self-mastery, with this transformation, to leave the old that has been put to rest, put to death, because you're being reborn. And as you're reborn, you're standing back up as the warrior, ready to just move forward. And what are you moving forward into but this celebratory energy? 3 of Cups is never third party for me, ever. 3 of Pentacles, maybe. 3 of Swords, probably. 3 of Cups, never. This is always a card of joy. And look at that. They're all wearing party hats. I mean, this is always my union card. This is always an energy of celebration, because it is the Trinity energy. It is mind, body, spirit. It is divine masculine, divine feminine, source energy, merging into one, balancing into one. This is always union and celebration for me, always, without exception. Without exception. So if you're just new to the channel and you're seeing 3 of Cups and you're like, oh my gosh, no. For me, this is always, 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 without exception, an energy of union and harmony and celebration. So this is what's happening from transformation, from the death of the old you, the death, I'm also hearing, of your old relationship with your divine masculine. Now you are resilient, moving forward, stepping into something new, something harmonious. Judgment. This is a second chance. You're manifesting this harmony. You're manifesting the second chance. And they're calling me once again to this Wheel of Fortune. You're moving into this harmony. You're moving into the stage, this evolutionary stage of fortune. This, they're saying, is new earth. This manifestation of abundance. This manifestation of prosperity. This manifestation of love and fortune. That is what you're moving into, because you have manifested this, you have done the work. And so now, my spirit guides just said it's time to party. It's time to party. All right. I'm going to close out the reading. Well, hold on. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say. Any other cards? Anything else, Spirit? Five of Wands. It's an end to that conflict. Actually, what they're saying with this, yeah, it's an end to the conflict. And what you're saying, what they're actually want possibly some of you to know, is that with the Page of Cups here, you guys might be getting, some of you might be getting an apology or an expression of sincerity. They're giving me the word sincerity with the conflict. So your divine, okay, let me get this. Your divine masculine, your divine counterpart, whichever way this goes, your divine counterpart wants to put an end to the conflict. And they're also recognizing that your relationship, your partnership has had conflict in it. And so they might be wanting to come forward with some kind of sincere apology for this, to express, have some kind of communication about the conflict that you've experienced, and put to right any wrongs, is what I'm hearing. Put to right any wrongs. They're pointing me to the sacral chakra. They might be a little bit nervous about this communication, but with the blue here, they do want to communicate this. With the Page of Cups energy, they do want to communicate this. They might be a little bit nervous about this. They might be a little bit anxious about this communication because they don't want to cause more conflict, but understand that when they do come in with this communication, it is going to be sincere, and there might be an apology attached because they just don't want the conflict anymore. They don't want any grudges held. They don't want any of the past to repeat itself. And they want to apologize for their past behavior because they're becoming self-aware of the fact that they took part in this conflict with you. That some of the conflict that was in this relationship, that they played an active role in that as well. So they're wanting to come forward with some communication. So take that as it's resonating for you and or your situation. Okay, I'm going to get message using my own message deck, which is available in my Etsy store. Link is in the description box below. What does your Divine Masculine want to say to you? What does Divine Masculine want to say to Divine Feminine? This is the Conversations with Counterparts Volume 1. I have a second volume as well. You can mix and match the messages. You can merge the decks together. Volume 2 also has 2 blank cards that you can create your own message. So go ahead and check it out. And I do have discounts if you're buying more than one deck. Also, just a reminder, I am putting in the next print order at the end of this week. So if you want to get your decks in time for the holidays, do make sure that you get it in early, your orders in early. Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. I'm loving you with every heartbeat. Yeah, your Divine Masculine is in this Queen of Cups energy. And not only that, but they're wanting to let you know with this Ace of Swords energy, they're wanting this new beginning with you, and that's what this full moon 11/11 portal is bringing in. They're wanting to express themselves to you. That lack of clarity is done. That fear and imprisonment is over. They're wanting to come forward with that passion. They're wanting their 9 of Cups, and they know that their 9 of Cups is with you. With every heartbeat, they're emphasizing with every heartbeat, you're a part of them, and they know that you're a part of them. They know that this connection is a part of them, part of their heart, part of their soul, part of their happiness. What does Divine Feminine want to say to Divine Masculine? What does Divine Feminine want to say to Divine Masculine? I'm afraid of loving you as fully as I do. Divine Feminines, you might still be in this energy of transforming and letting go of the past. And I feel like they're pointing me to this 5 of Wands, Page of Cups again. I feel like that's what the Divine Masculine wants to come in and say to you, whether energetically or in the physical. They want you to put the past in the past. They want to leave the conflict behind. They're telling you, let's leave the past in the past. Let's move forward together because I'm different and you're different and we can transform. And you see how they're just walking along this path together? And you don't see what's behind them. There's no need. There's no need to look behind, because all you have is this beautiful future ahead. What was once hidden is now being revealed. The path ahead is now being revealed, and you're walking it together. So the past of separation, the past of conflict, the past of confusion and chaos, that's behind you. Now you're walking side by side together. Let's get one more from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine, and then we'll end with a message from Spirit. Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. My love for you never fades. They're letting you know, Divine Feminines, that they've always been aware on some level of this connection, and their love for you has always been eternal. And even if there was confusion, even if there was hidden emotions, even if there was a withdrawal, whether in the physical or with regards to emotions or intimacy, their love for you has always been there and has always been true. Has always been true. It has never faded, no matter the separation, no matter whatever was being shown in the physical. The love for you has always been there. Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. Divine Feminine is saying to the Divine Masculine, I've never left you. I know we were never apart. This is fascinating because what's happening is she's responding. Look at this. Divine Masculine is saying, I've never really left you either. My love for you never faded. No matter what's happening in the physical, my love for you has always been here. And Divine Feminine is responding saying, I know. I've never left you either. I've always loved you too. We have never truly been separated, and I know this, and I've had faith in this. And that is what has been getting me through this. Because I know that our love is strong. I know that our love is eternal. You're responding to each other. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine is responding to each other. That's beautiful. Amazing energy here. I almost want to get another one, but I gotta go to bed. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Time to go to bed. Let's get a message from Spirit. This is my Conversations with Spirit deck. So let's see what Spirit has to say about this union. Spirit, what do you have to say? Any messages of guidance for these counterparts? Any messages of guidance for these counterparts? Trust your intuition, not what's being shown to you in the 3D. Trust your intuition. Trust your heart. I'm also hearing trust this love. And remember what we were saying about this journey? 2 cards they brought. Believe in the impossible. Miracles happen in every single moment. And appreciate the moments. Appreciate what's to come. Appreciate every miracle. Appreciate every moment. Appreciate the journey. Because the journey is still unfolding. Even as you come into reunion. Even as you come into union. The journey is still unfolding. But now, you're going to be doing it together. Walking side by side. With your love for each other together. Beautiful. A beautiful reading. I'm really glad that we did this tonight. All right, you guys, I am sending you so much love, so much light. I'm going to try to get some daily energy draws up for the week, but bear with me if I don't. Again, I'm just making sure I take care of my own energy, my own health. I will try to hop on for a live stream sometime. If not this week, then definitely next week, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But I will try to do a follow-up reading, at least a recorded reading, to see where the energy is over the next few days. So make sure you do stay tuned for that. Send you guys so much love, so much light. Let me know how things are resonating with you. Let me know what's going on with your own journeys. I love to hear from you. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.